Hey, hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, and it is Thursday. The week is almost over. One more day to go for the weekend, but you know, who cares? You can't. We're still locked in COVID. But I'm definitely looking forward to some football. I hope that everything. I'm really like I've been hoping and praying that like these players don't just all randomly just all get COVID and then they want to shut down the season. They already shut preseason games down, so preseason games are not going to happen. We know about that. Dallas Cowboys rookies, some of them have signed their contracts. Hey, so today our first round draft pick, CeeDee Lamb, he signed his contract. His contract is 14.1 million, fully guaranteed. So that's roughly about 3.5 million a year. So I look at it like this, with the 5th-year option, of course, because he's a first-round draft pick. Now, you guys do know that like it's easy to sign these rookies because there's no negotiation. There's little to no negotiation because the simple fact that everything that and I like how the NFL did this. That way you can get your young guys signed and just get them out the way. Only ones you negotiate is second-tier contracts, which is after their rookie contracts, of course. I think that it was really good to get them. It's really good to get them out the way without that problem, because again, you get into a situation where like how it was in the past when it didn't have a scale. You look at like I think who had that issue? Was it Eli Manning when he didn't want to play when he because he originally got drafted by the Chargers, I think, and then he didn't want to play for them, and then they traded him to the Giants. It was weird. It was some situation like that. I don't remember. But yeah, so some players like that had issues coming into the league where they didn't want to go to this team and this and that. They didn't like the team they got drafted to, or they wanted to adjust their contract or something like that. So they eliminated all that confusion. So they now have a scale with rookie contracts. So when you come into the league, you get drafted, there's a certain line that you have to abide by. So like if you're a first round draft pick, you get your 5th round option. You have between I think 13 through 17 mil or something like that. Like you get the higher tier money as a first round draft pick. That's like flying first class. You get the best options as a first round draft pick, and then from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way to the 7th, those benefits lower each year. This is the reason why Dak Prescott was a 4th round draft pick and barely was making peanuts. And that's pretty much how that went. Now, he did get incentives. They do give incentives to guys that are later round draft picks that end up being starters. The league gives them that money, but they don't normally get that money to like the off-season type of thing. So that's a real good thing. A lot of people don't know that, so I try to explain certain things on the business side of football. But again, CeeDee Lamb is signed. His contract is fully guaranteed. 14.1 mil, about 3.5 million a year. Now, again, 5th-year option. I'm pretty sure they're going to use that when it comes that time, because they're going to keep their guy. I'm just happy that we got him. You know what I mean? I'm glad that Philadelphia didn't get him, and I love to see the look on Philly 500's face when when Philly couldn't get him and when Dallas did. It's just wonderful to see that. I mean, I love to see the division rival suffer. I really do. Now, does the Cowboys have the best wide receiver core? I'm not going to say whether we do or not, but I know they're damn good. I tell you that. I mean, Michael Gallup is surging. Amari Cooper is good. Granted, he's, stays healthy and things of that nature. We have a different wide receivers coach, so it's not going to be any issues like with him and Sanjay Lau that happened last year. I'm glad of that. So, I mean, there's different ways to go about it. Saw some videos of Neville Gallimore. Gallimore is out there working out and doing this thing. I think he's going to be really good. Tristan Hill, I don't see him doing anything. He don't post nothing. It's almost like he just chilling. Like he act like he a starter. Like he already got the team. Like, you know what? I'm pretty much a second round draft pick. I'm good. I got this. Cowboys ain't going for that shit. Mess around, Neville Gallimore take that spot. Neville Gallimore is hungry. Neville is hungry. I call him the Jamaican Canadian because, you know, he's technically roots of both places. So, but yeah, so you look at that because, you know, my roots are Jamaican too. So, you know, Neville is a Jamaican name. So when you see somebody named Neville, they're normally Caribbean descent because that's literally, that name is derivative of a Caribbean. It's a Caribbean name. So, so some other rookies, Reggie Robinson, he signed his contract. Ben DiNucci signed his contract. Bradley and I signed his contract. So, but the guys, don't worry about it. These other guys are going to get the contract signed because, again, there's no negotiations. They're going to get done. So as they get done, they'll be reporting, getting the COVID test done. Hopefully everything comes out good for these guys. So when training camp comes, they all come together, practice, and do their thing. What I wish that the NFL would have done, like the NBA, is had a bubble. They should have, like, all NBA teams should have went to like a remote place, like in Montana, where the population is like lower than most other states. They could have went to Montana, went to one of them high schools out there, you know, because them high schools out there, they're bigger high schools. They got bigger fields, so they're like, you know, they can facilitate an NFL team. So they could have went out there or they could have, the NFL got the money. They could have went out there and just created a whole facility and basically had every team in the league or had two different locations, maybe two different stadiums, and just had this team playing here, this team playing here, but they're all in the same area. That way, and I know the players probably wouldn't like it too much because they wouldn't be able to go home. But hey, the NBA is doing it, and I get it. The NBA is different because the NBA has lesser number of players, so they can get away with those type of things. So it's not as easy for a bigger team like Dallas Cowboys. I mean, for the NFL in general, because again, the rosters are 50 plus. So, and then you got practice squad players and all the other things. So yeah, it's a little different. So, I mean, I understand the dynamic, but I think when the NBA lost their way was they were in the middle of the season. The NFL was in the off season during COVID. So I guess Roger Goodell was thinking in his head like, hey, we got time. It's the off season. You know what I mean? Like we got time to figure this thing out. But that off season comes by fast, don't it? Because we already at the end of July and it's almost August. So you got to get it crack-a-lackin'. I always like this time because my birthday comes up. So, you know, it's wonderful. Now, one other thing I wanted to get into before I ended the video is about the Washington football team. So, news came out today. I don't know if you guys heard that they are going with not naming their team this year. So, which I thought that me living in the DMV, I already know that was going to happen. I just wanted to hear it, the actual Washington team say it themselves, that, you know, they're no longer using the Redskin name, so it's gone. So now that they retired the Redskin name, they are now the Washington football team, and they will be the Washington football team going forward. Going forward until they figure out the branding, the licensing, all the legal stuff they need to do to name it something different. I almost feel sorry for them. But I will say my piece. Shout out to the Redskin YouTuber. Shout out to Ed Oliver. Shout out to, well, can't call him Skins fan all day. He's going to have to change his name. So shout out to !!!!!!! fan all day. Shout out to all the Redskins YouTubers and the Redskin guys that follow my channel as well. Shout out to you guys. I just wanted to say that, like, I understand what y'all going through right now. It's pretty difficult. Like, you look at that and it's like, okay, well, they had to change the name. There was no way they could have legally changed their name in a 3-month span. You know what I mean? Because there's so much legality when it comes to that. Like, you got to go through, like I said, licensing, branding. You got to take all the R's off of everything, whether at FedEx Field or at what they called Redskins Park, which is now going to change now too, because you can't call it that anymore out in Ashburn, Virginia. So they're going to have to change their practice facility stuff. They're going to, where they do their training camps and everything. So all that's got to come off. Everything got to come off. The fields got to change. So they already changed their jerseys. They came out with the new jerseys today. Basically, instead of having the Redskins name here, it's going to stay Washington right up above the numbers on the jersey. On the sleeves, it's just going to have their numbers. Their helmets are not going to have the Native American on it. It's just going to be their number in gold letters. So I just thought that was interesting. Of course, they're keeping the burgundy and gold theme. And yeah, so maybe by 2021 they'll have everything on the legal side done for them to get the name change for 2021 season. But some of the players look like they, jumped in head first. Like what's his name? Their quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. He put on his social media, I guess photoshopped him. I don't know if it was a Photoshop or a real photo of him in the jersey. I don't know if he already put it on or whatever, but I ain't gonna lie, like the color scheme is slick though. Like, I give them their credit on that. They did a good job of quickly trying to figure out a scheme as far as their uniforms, because again, they got to get their uniforms right now because they got to have the stuff for their practice jerseys for training camp and for the game. So, with the home and away and things of that nature. So, I guess I could say shout out to their organization for nipping that in the bud real quick. But we'll see what their name changes. Now, we talked about like a bunch of name changes for them. So they did hire Terry Bateman for their branding and stuff to help them out with that. So hopefully they get that done. I don't know what's going to happen with their sponsorship with FedEx, because again, they threatened to pull out if they didn't change the name. So now they're changing it. I don't know if FedEx is going to keep that or they're going to do something different. But they also have to figure out where they're going to go, where the new stadium is going to be, because that contract there is going to be up as well. So they're either going to have to figure out whether they're just going to renovate what they got, figure out stay in Landover, Maryland. Are they going to go back to D.C.? Or hell, are they going to find a place in Virginia? I don't know. I know that a lot of the Redskin fans here in the area, they're not going to want their team to be in Virginia. It's either going to stay here on the Maryland side, or they're going to find a spot in D.C. Now, those of you that have never been to this area before, D.C. is very cluttered. It's not really room for anything huge, especially a sporting event. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if they were to get RFK Stadium and get back to RFK, they wouldn't be able to have a Super Bowl there, because it's just too much traffic. And that road leading to there, you'd be there for 8 hours if it was like a Super Bowl here. If they had a new stadium, they wouldn't get a bid on anything like that. They wouldn't be able to have a draft. They wouldn't be able to have a Super Bowl there. They would only just be able to have just games. So right now, with COVID going on, ain't nobody filling up their stadiums right now. So right now, it really doesn't matter what they do. But we'll see. So like I said, it's just interesting and we're gonna have to change the philosophy. We got to say Washington football team. Now, there's been names circling around that the new name could be the Washington Sentinels, and we already know what that name is about. That was the name for the 2001? When did the movie come out? 2001? Yeah, 2001, I think. Keanu Reeves and the Replacements. We're gonna be calling them the Replacements. Hail to the Replacements. Hail, we losing. Let me stop. But no, but seriously though, like, what are you gonna do? The Washington Sentinels, they're gonna get clowned if they use that name, because they're gonna be known as the Washington Replacements, the Washington Sentinels. I think they need to either try to get that Warriors name back, because Dan Snyder had it for the Arena Football League team. If he could get that trademark back for Warriors, I would go with Warriors. Either that, the Red Tails, and I saw the little logo design that somebody made for the Red Wolves. That was kind of sweet too. I actually, you know me, I give props where props do. If I think it looks cool, I think it looks cool. So I don't know if they call themselves the Red Wolves, that might be cool too. I don't know, but I don't know if they're gonna use that red name either. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I would have to ask a Skins fan because I'm not a Skins fan. But I'm just reporting on it because I live in the area and I just, it's just interesting. I'm trying to do a live stream tonight, guys. Be patient with me. I'm trying to get back on the schedule. You guys know I don't own a home anymore. So I'm, living with family temporarily till I get my own place again. COVID-19 messed up everything. So I'm just pretty much pillar to post right now. That's why you see most of my videos doing in the car because I'm always out. I'm not, so I'm gonna try to get a live stream done tonight. If I can't do it in the house, I'm gonna try to come out, maybe get some nice ambiance and do something. I was hoping to get my subscriber count up because I wanted you guys to get my merch, but the problem is you have to have 10,000 subscribers to have your merch on your channel. So what I'm gonna have to do is, since I'm like 5,000 and some odd things away from 10,000, I'm gonna have to basically print out, go to a place, get my logos put on stuff, print them out, and then whenever things open up and we have games and you guys see me, you could just purchase them from me in person. That's the only way that I'll be able to do it now, because I can't put my Teespring on the channel because I don't have enough subscribers. So that part sucks. That really does, because I really want you guys to be a part of the E2 experience. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose of this thing. Now, another thing too, I saw this. I'll tell you guys about it live stream, but I really wanted to get this little camera thing. It's almost like a tripod for your phone, but like you can sit it outside and it has a remote, so I can basically be my own film crew. So I can walk around the area. So say, because you guys know I do a lot of things. Y'all know I DJ, I mess around with cars and stuff like that. So if I'm doing something and I want to talk to you guys still, I can show you guys what I'm doing without having to keep adjusting the camera. I can just hit the remote and I can spin the camera around. I just think it's cool. That's definitely on my bucket list. That's on my wish list. So when I get some money to buy that, I'm definitely going to get that. And that's going to be really good for the channel because I could get even more clarity in my videos and I could do more things. So again, we're trying to get bigger and better. That's what it's all about, guys. So in the meantime, in the between time, guys, tune in tonight. I'm going to try to get in maybe about 8-9 o'clock Eastern time. Just give me a chance to get things together. If you guys come into the live stream, it's gonna be entertaining. You know how I do. But anywho, it's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.